In Honeyjoon, Persian-Kurdish Lela, played by Amira Casar, and her American daughter June, played by Ayden Mayeri, take a trip to the romantic Azores in Portugal after a recent loss. Both report opposite views about why they're there, how to grieve, and the size of June's tiny bikini. Amidst honeymooners, the woman life and freedom movement, and their hot philosophical tour guide joie, the pair find each other coming back to life. Honeyjoon is directed by Lilian Mehrel, and this film is her directorial debut, and Honeyjoon just debuted in the Viewpoints strand of the Tribeca Film Festival. Honeyjoon is a pleasant road trip type of tour guide, comedy, drama. We kind of like taking a tour through the Azores Islands in Portugal. We get stops along all of the popular tourist attractions on the islands with June and Lela. June is probably in her early 20s, and she's a typical American-born young woman. She's obsessed with her appearance and social media, and her mother Lela, they fled Iran a few decades ago and escaped with her family to Europe, and then I guess they immigrated to America later on. And there's a lot of culture clashes between Lela and her daughter June. They both think about the world differently and about the past differently. Lela, she misses the old Iran, and she is still very much in touch with what's happening in Iran at the moment. She reads the news every day about Iran, and she is very much sympathetic to people who are living in Iran at the moment, especially women. But her daughter June doesn't really have that connection to Iran that her mother does. Lela and her daughter June have mistakenly booked this hotel on the Azores Islands when they're having like a discount for honeymooners, so they have to share the hotel and the tours, and the result with a lot of romantic couples, and that's a little bit uncomfortable for Lela and June, so they book a private tour around the islands, and they meet Zhao, their tour guide, who's of course very handsome. All of the men in this film are very handsome, like the receptionists at the hotel, they're all handsome, and all the tour guides are all handsome. So, but they take this tour with Zhao, and June is quite attracted to Zhao, and they have like a bit of a flirtatious back and forth. And Zhao has his own like little bit of a subplot with he looks after his grandmother, and his grandmother has like dementia, and she is like slowly dying. So he has, that's kind of a nice moment we have in the film. As I said before, one of the main attractions of this film is the beautiful landscapes of the Azores islands in Portugal. We get to see all of the nice locations, and João, the tour guides, take us to all of the nice spots on the islands, and there's a lot of nice views of the oceans and the rocks, and so that's one of the highlights of the film. The film is short and sweet. It's about 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you take away the credits, it's about 1 hour and 11 minutes. I thought the third act of the film, maybe the last 20 minutes, was a little bit rushed. I think that like there's a part where June and Lela kind of separate, and June gets romantically involved with the tour guide, and Lela comes on by herself, and because they go to these islands to grieve Lela's husband and June's father because he passed away. They want to scatter his ashes somewhere on the island, and Lela is grieving her husband, so Lela goes by herself. But these last 20 minutes feels a little bit rushed, like they're kind of like finding themselves on this trip and only there for a few days, and the culture clash between Lela and her daughter, and both them finding each other, that comes ahead in the final act of the film. But it just felt a little bit rushed. I would have liked to, if the film was maybe 20 minutes longer, I would have minded, because I didn't mind spending time with these characters and this beautiful location. So I just wish the third act of the film was a little bit more expanded, just so we can really get a more dramatic feeling to these two women finding themselves on this trip. I give Honeyjoon 3 stars out of 5. I recommend checking out this film. It's short and sweet, just 1 hour and 15 minutes, and wonderful performances from the two leads, Ayden Mayeri and Amira Casar. Beautiful locations in Portugal, a nice culture clash, differences between the mother and daughter. The third act of the film was a little bit rushed for me, but I still definitely recommend checking out this film, Honeyjoon. What did you think of Honeyjoon? Please comment below what you thought of the film. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.